fresh off the vine.
Peas.
68 pounds of peas harvested from that bed and then just the bottom of this.
How long did that take?
6 people, about 2.5, 3 hours. 18 hours for 68 pounds of peas, nothing.
Yeah, you got that amount of time, don't you?
Mm-hmm. It's crazy how much time these beds of carrots over here that are overgrown with weed, they're taking like 70 hours a bed to weed. 70 hours, no joke. That's what keeps us busy. If it wasn't for the weeds, we'd have nothing to do but harvest.
Right?
Have to start going fishing again. So you want to go get some veggies together?
Yeah.
All right, let's go get some veggies. 6,
That's
and then
gorgeous.
one to snack on, and one of these guys to snack on. Oh,
Nice.
that's a pretty looking French breakfast. All right, and what else are we gonna do? Some broccoli.
Some Rabe, yeah. Is that enough? Is that good? Yeah, it's good. No, that's funny.
I mean, I don't know. Who are we cooking for?
I don't know. Maybe you if you come over.
Yeah.
So you'd be buying your tractor.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be out there tonight. I'm looking forward to it. And
all right, let's grab
Dagan's gonna be up in there watching
nice,
the whole
nice.
thing.
Right on. Let's get a couple of these guys.
Nice.
Let's take 3 Scapes.
All right, let's go check out the basil. Break off some purple basil for Chef Eric. How about another one, Roxy? How about that top? How much do you need?
Just like 3 of those.
Couple.
And then maybe some lemon.
Basil?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then some, just some regular basil, and that's it. Thanks, little buddy. Welcome back to Cosmic Apple Gardens in Victor, Idaho. As you can see, what a month can do to the ground and to the vegetables. We're getting there. First thing we're gonna do today is kind of get these vegetables processed, if you will. We're not gonna use the tops on the radishes. Radishes go into a bowl for our salad. And for this dish, we're gonna do a little bit smaller pieces, but keeping them kind of long, just little 1.5 inch pieces. So, Scapes, right there. Set that right over here by our grill, and then we're gonna do our turnips. I love keeping some of the greens on top. You don't have to, it's a little fancy, little cute, right about there. And the people out there that don't eat these things, raw or cooked, start eating them. These are the sweetest, most beautiful vegetable almost ever. So just 1/4 inch on these guys, on the turnip greens. Into the bowl. But we're actually gonna keep the broccoli Rabe separate. We're gonna cut them a little bit smaller than what we're gonna do with the greens. Little stem cut here, but in that goes. And then we're gonna take the tops of the broccoli Rabe and just give it a 1 or 2 inch cut. This stuff is so beautiful. All right, so now we have our 3 separations here. We have the broccoli Rabe stem, we have the tops of the broccoli Rabe, and then we have the turnip greens. So we'll do a little bit of olive oil in there. Hot pan, smoking hot. Then we're gonna add our garlic scapes. Whoa. That was scary. Huh? Were you scared? Look at that. That's a hot pan. They're jumping. So they're starting to blister now, which is really cool. The skin's coming off a bit. And I'm actually gonna set that aside for a second, just to kind of let it hang out. Season it up. A little pepper in there. We're gonna use this onion for 2 things today. We're gonna do a little saute with the greens, but we're also gonna do some pickled onions here. Take half the onion. We're gonna go crossways, just kind of really thin. That's really fun. Here's some kosher salt here. A little bit, couple pinches, you know. And then we're gonna go in with some red wine vinegar. Just a couple, tablespoon. And then, tablespoon of sugar, maybe a little bit, for good luck, as my kids say. We're gonna do half a lemon in here. Watch the seeds, and then give that a stir. So you just want kind of enough liquid to just have them rest down in there. They don't have to be totally flooded, because I'm gonna keep stirring them a little bit here. We're gonna put that aside, come back to it in a minute. We're gonna prep our meatballs right now. This is about, it's about a pound of ground lamb. You can do this with chicken, you can do this with beef, whatever you want. So we're gonna season this lamb here in a little bit of our smoked Spanish paprika. This stuff is absolutely amazing. So we're gonna do 2 back of the spoon, call it 3. about a tablespoon of mustard powder. Coleman's, Keen's, whatever you want. We're gonna hit it with salt, about half a tablespoon. And then what we're gonna do is some dill pollen. This stuff is amazing. Not much. I just want a very slight seasoning of the dill pollen in there. And that'll do it for our seasoning. And then I'm gonna hit it with just a touch of olive oil, about a tablespoon. That's gonna kind of just add a little bit of richness to the dish. And then we're gonna get in there with our gloved hands and go to work. I want these a little bit bigger, you know, a larger type meatball. We're talking about an ounce and some. One little cute guy and the rest the big ones. So we're back to our cast iron, and you can see how beautiful these garlic scapes are. They've been blistered and the skins are coming off them and they're gorgeous right now. We're gonna go in with the broccoli Rabe stems here. Kind of give that a little stir about. And they're gonna wilt pretty quick. Those turnip greens are going in next, just because they do take a little bit more time. So now what I want to do is add some red onion. Into the pan we go. There's nothing like cooking greens in a cast iron pan. It's just keeps that heat and just softens the vegetables so nicely. And there's really nothing better than cooking it on the farm. So we're gonna go in now with the tops, the broccoli Rabe tops. A little bit of salt and pepper. Give that a little stir. So we're gonna let that hang out and do its thing. And then we're gonna get our cast iron, our other little cast iron on. Get that hot and ready to go. But meanwhile, we're gonna make our sauce, which is a sumac yogurt, Greek yogurt, plain. This is a sumac, the ground sumac. The label's kind of ripped up, but this has a really tangy, sort of earthy texture and flavor to it. It's really kind of a unique product. We're gonna go in with about a tablespoon of that. And then we're also gonna put in some harissa paste. A little Middle Eastern flavor here. Tablespoon of that goes in, just fold it in. So you can see it changing colors there. It's beautiful. We're also gonna hit it with a little bit of salt and pepper. And that's easy and that's fast. And that's kind of what you want with this CSA. You get your share, you come home from a long day of work, you don't want to spend all day. You want to do a couple quick things, and this is a beautiful sauce to have chicken, on a salad, just throw it in. So now what we're gonna do is put it into a little squirt bottle. Hopefully I can get it all in there without spilling anything. All right, all in. We're gonna clean this guy up, get our lid back on here, and then we're gonna check on our greens. Got a little color on some of our onions, perfect. Kind of hold that aside and get ready for our meatball. Little olive oil goes in, and you want to hear that sizzle, because if the pan doesn't sizzle, it's not ready to go. Nobody likes soggy meatballs. So these are my assistants today. This is Dagan. He's my man. These are crazy bike riding farm boys. This is Axel. Thanks for the help today, boys.
You're welcome.
And Roxanne's around somewhere, our little girl helper. So look at this. This is exciting. So now we have smoke and heat and lamb meatballs and our beautiful greens. And I'm gonna shut the lid on this guy for a minute. We'll be back to that in a second. Ooh, you can see that smoke in there. It's been flavoring these bad boys. You can see how much liquid they've lost already. What we're gonna do is get this fire cranked back up and get rid of some of that liquid just by a reduction. Got some nice color on some of them, but I want this baby to get cranked up here. What do you think?
A little too
Smoky, huh? Vegetable pan on here. And that's not gonna take long to heat up because that fire is ripping. Now what we're gonna do is cut these turnips into quarters. In with our turnips, sizzling. Cooking with fire, it's exciting. A little salt, a little pepper. That's all we'll need. Oh, you can see this back of the skin already getting nice and browned up and bubbling. Look at that. Good heavens. My favorite vegetable of the spring, early summer, the Hakurei turnip. Beautiful greens. We are gonna plate this. We're gonna go right in the middle with these guys here. And that's the cool thing about plating rustic food. Kind of leave it where gravity takes it. Turnips are ready to invite the peas to the party. So here they come. And these guys are so fresh and beautiful. They just need just a little kiss of fire. So we got our beautiful, beautiful meatballs, lamb meatballs here. Hot from the grill, smoky, beautiful, lovely lamb. So now our beautiful roasted Hakurei turnips and sugar snap peas, just picked here at Cosmic Apple Farms. And we're just gonna give it a little drizzle, really quick, over the top. I'm gonna leave some of the meatball. You can serve this on the side too. Then we're gonna finish with our beautiful red pickled onion on top here. And this is just gonna give that dish the pop that it needs. Lamb loves mint. So we got our little dill here. We're gonna throw in some lemon basil that we just picked. Look at that. And we're gonna give that just a little chop, not much. And then we're gonna pour that down, make it rain. And that's it.
Okay,
that's awesome. So we got a cast iron seared lamb meatball on a bed of broccoli rabe and fresh turnip greens with Hakurei turnips and sugar snap peas, a little bit of pickled onion with some sumac yogurt sauce. So here's some of my favorite people on planet Earth. The biggest thing about our project here is supporting people like this, and they work so hard to create such beautiful food for us. I just can't say it enough. Meatballs, poison sumac. I mean,
You mean the other kind of sumac?
The other kind of sumac,
Yeah. Oh, wow.
yeah, so lamb meatballs, sugar snap peas, turnips, pickled onions. Get some of those veggies in there, man. Get in there, get in there.
That's why I was like,
Yeah, you're like, come on.
I was like, the meatball's really good. What about the veggies?
Yeah, that's the thing, man, the veggies. That's my jam. I could do 1 or 2 meatballs and the rest a huge plate of veggies. Totally fine with that.
Whoa,
So good.
that's a good
That
sauce.
is awesome.
So good. Can we say anything else besides so good? So good.
If we could make it taste like this at the farmer's market, we wouldn't have any problem selling veggies.
I know.
So we have a quick dish as our final dish here. We're gonna do a raw vegetable salad. So first of all, I'm actually gonna peel the turnips on this dish, and then we're gonna chop everything just really, really small, but not perfect, not fussy. Our sugar snaps, and just give them a little rough cut. We're gonna go in with some radishes here. Just give them a little cut in half. And like I said, rustic, you know, just kind of funky chop. If they're all perfect, then it's less intriguing and more fancy. But you can turn this dish into a super fancy dish if you wanted to by giving like really precise cuts, cut off the ends, and you can make perfect little squares as if I was in a restaurant. But since we're in the field, we're gonna keep it rustic and just kind of cool little chops. Then let's do the turnips next, just in half. And then I'll do some like that, and then some in some squares. Not too small. This is a Honeycrisp apple. You can use any kind of apple you want. You can throw grapes in there. It's kind of a cool salad. You basically do whatever you want. Carrots are awesome in this. Jicama, rutabaga, just kind of whatever you have. Now we're gonna go into the zest. We're gonna do probably about half this lemon. And when you're zesting, you wanna turn it so you're not getting any of the white pith in there to make it bitter. Little lime, it's really pretty too. I roasted some fresh, raw, organic pumpkin seeds with some olive oil, salt and pepper, and that's it. And then we're gonna go in with the currants that have been soaked in the yuzu juice. And then we're gonna finish off with our pickled onion that we had left over from our first dish. And that, I'm not gonna get a lot of the excess vinegar in there. And then of course we're gonna hit it with some salt and pepper. couple pinches. We have some beautiful purple basil. We also have some lemon basil, which if you can get your hands on this stuff, it's some of my favorite. So we're gonna do a quick little chiffonade. Boom, and that goes. Tablespoon and a half of olive oil, and then we're gonna do a teaspoon of this vinegar. You can use champagne vinegar, whatever you'd like, and then we're gonna toss it. Look how beautiful and crunchy and healthy that is. Raw veggies. So I make a big batch of this and then just keep it in a container in the fridge and eat it for like 3 or 4 days. We're gonna let that just fall onto the plate. We're gonna go with this little ploosh of basil. Just a little bit of fresh herbs to garnish there. A little bit of mint. Right up on top. Just a very small amount of pomegranate molasses over the top of it. And that's just gonna sweeten up the party here. I'm gonna finish it with a little bit of salt. So we have a raw vegetable salad with Hakurei turnips, apple, yuzu soaked currants, and pickled onions in there. It's gorgeous. That's a wrap for today, Cosmic Apple Gardens. Thanks so much to Jed and Dale and the family for bringing us this beautiful food. And you know, it's amazing. As I look over here, I see Jed still working. It's 8 o'clock at night. Guys still over there working in the dirt. Find guys like that, hold on to them, support them. Thanks so much for tuning in, and look forward to seeing you next week.